Hey there, I'm Olivia. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be doing my signature makeup look. I'd seen Sarah Rose talking about this, and I know that she made a video about it, and I think some other people did it too as like part of a collaboration, so I can link those down below. But I just thought that this was such a good idea. I wanted to do it myself. Because to me, a signature makeup look is not necessarily your everyday makeup. For me, my everyday makeup usually has to be just really fast and kind of getting out the door. Or it's a time for me to kind of experiment and do something new if I have a little bit more time. But for me, a signature look would be something that is kind of my go-to, like if I have any kind of special event or just anywhere where I really want to make sure I look good and feel really confident, and it's just kind of my go-to. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then just keep on watching. Thanks! So when I'm doing my makeup day to day, I don't always use a primer necessarily. It's more so because I forget than me actually making an active choice not to. But when I am doing a signature makeup look, I do like to have a primer, and I like to use something that's very hydrating and or brightening, or not brightening. What's the word I'm looking for? Illuminating. There's the one. So the one that I've actually really been liking right now is the L'Oreal Visible Lift. There's been a few times that I felt like the foundation that I had was just a little bit too heavy and or too dark for what I wanted, so I mixed it with this, and I actually really liked it. Why did I grab the tiniest mirror I could have possibly grabbed? So for like a signature makeup look, I definitely tend to prefer a foundation that has a little bit more staying power to it. I do like the look of a more dewy, kind of glowy makeup look, but if I'm doing something that's for like some kind of special event, or you know, I'm going somewhere special, for that purpose, not necessarily every day, I do actually really like the Maybelline Super Stay. I feel like this one just lasts really well. I like the finish of it. Okay, so next I'm going to use some concealer. This one is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair Light Neutral. And I do prefer using a lighter concealer underneath my eyes. I do like that brightening effect. And also, when my foundation is a little bit too dark, that helps. Okay, and then lately I have really been into cream products. I just love them. I feel like they blend so easily. I feel like they look a lot more natural. And one of my go-tos has been the Flower Blush Bombs. I really love this shade Cinnamon. This is the only one that I've tried so far, but I just love the tone of it. I love that it's a very brown pink. I just really like the effect. I still wear bronzer, but I feel like it almost can serve the purpose of both. So especially if I'm in a hurry, I like this one. Oh, I think I did like way too much. But just in general, I think that this is a really beautiful formula. Okay, so I do want to use a powder bronzer today, just because I have one in my project pan that I definitely want to keep working on. But first I'm going to set down my face just a little bit with the Milani Prep Set and Glow. I really like this powder, especially as I've been wearing less and less powder. The ones that I do reach for, I've been looking for ones that are a little bit lighter, that have some glow to it, and that I can just use a little bit just to set down the areas where I'm going to be applying more powder products. So I'm just going to kind of dust this on in the areas where I'll be adding some powder, or like right in my forehead where I know that I'll get a little bit oily later, just to stave that off a bit. And I've started doing just a tiny bit of powder under my eyes, but in general, I've been trying not to set them very much because I'm just realizing that having powder underneath my eyes really emphasizes any little lines that I have. I mean, I'm not that old, I'm only 25, but I already have like a lot of lines around my eyes. I mean, I'm a very expressive person, and so I'm sure that it has a lot to do with it, but I just find that I cannot be putting a ton of powder under there and then expect to not look like I'm 84 years old. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So either not setting it all or just using a tiny bit of powder definitely works better for me. So I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Ticket to Brazil. Usually my instinct with bronzer is to apply so much that it looks like I've been attacked by the sun, but especially as I'm still pretty pale from winter, I've been trying to curb that instinct. I think I am gonna add just a touch more blush. I'm gonna grab my Too Faced Love Flush blush. This one is in my project pan, so I just wanna make sure that I'm using it, you know, as much as I can reasonably incorporate into looks. So I'm just gonna add a tiny bit. This is really such a pretty one. I know I've mentioned it before, but this product is just so nostalgic for me. This was the very first high-end product I ever bought, and I feel like it was this that really kind of ignited a real passion for makeup for me. I'd always liked it, but I'd gotten this, I think it was as part of like a 21 Days of Beauty or some kind of sale. Like I never would have bought it full price. But I just loved it so much, and I just felt so excited and happy about it that it just made me want to, you know, keep trying new things. And I think I had seen, I don't remember what YouTuber it was, but someone that I loved watching had made a recommendation, and I was so excited to try out something that they had loved, and I don't know, it just really kind of got things started for me. So it just makes me happy. Okay, then for highlight, one that I have absolutely been loving is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Highlight. This one is in the shade Who's That Pearl. I absolutely love this product. I had gotten it like on sale at a grocery store I go to a lot, Fred Meyer. I had gotten it for like half off, so I don't know if that means that it's like being discontinued, which would really make me sad because I absolutely love this product. It has such a pretty like kind of pinky shift to it, which is definitely something that I gravitate towards. I just think it's so pretty. Oh, I mean, look at that. Like, that's just beautiful. Ah, I love it. It's so pretty. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be saying that about like everything I use today, because they're my favorites. And then for brows, honestly, I'm not super picky about my brows. I think I might just use the brown that's in this Morphe palette, the shade Bruise. Here, I think that that's just gonna be a good color match, and I'm holding it. So those are two good reasons to use this. Don't have a clean brush, so we'll just grab Makeup Post-it. Look, they're owls. So for eyes, I'm gonna put my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre down as a base first. So I just got this in the mail yesterday. I'm so excited about it. I've been wanting to get this palette for a really long time. So it's just the Warrior palette by Juvia's Place. I know this has been out for a while, but I just absolutely love the colors in here. I think they're so incredibly beautiful, and I don't wear a neutral eye every day. I really do love experimenting with color, but for a signature look, when I really want to, you know, feel good, know that I, you know, have an awesome eye look that I really feel proud about, these are the types of shades that I reach for, and I just absolutely love this formula. So I'm gonna grab the light matte shade here, Ahasi. I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher all of these names. I do apologize. And just set down that base. So next, I'm gonna grab this kind of mid-tone brown shade Kano and build up a little bit of that in my crease. I tend to not tap my brush off just because, I don't know, I don't want to be wasting the product. So I kind of got in the habit of like putting a little bit down on one eye and then taking the brush over to the other eye to kind of spread out what's on there so that I don't get too much product in one place, but I'm not like wasting it. I'm just kind of dragging that into a vaguely V shape. And then I like to grab that first light matte shade again and just run it over the top to make sure it's all blended together. Okay, And then I'm gonna grab this absolutely gorgeous, like really light kind of cool toned gold here. Is it Remy? Oh, I don't know how to say these, but these are just absolutely incredible. They're so creamy. It's like butter, which is one of my favorite things in the world. I do feel like with these shimmer shades, I get the absolute best payoff when I use my finger. And so I'll apply it that way first, and then I'll use a brush to kind of blend out the edges. And then a new go-to for me, an absolute staple in my collection now, are the j.cat Beauty pris-metal chrome eye mousses. These are so incredibly creamy, like it's ridiculous. This shade Chrome Galaxy is amazing. It's absolutely my favorite, and it's exactly what I want in like a signature look, like a peachy copper kind of. I absolutely love these. And then I don't typically do a ton on the lower lash line, just a little bit of something to define it. So typically what I'll do is just take whatever kind of mid-tone brown I had in the crease, just run a little bit of that along my lower lash line. And I try to usually keep it in like the outer third to maybe half if I get a little bit too excited with my blending. I'm gonna get a little bit of that first gold shade that we put on the lid on my finger and just put that in the inner corner. I know it's basically a neutrals palette, but it's so pretty. I don't know why I waited so long to get it, but I'm really happy I have it now. Okay, and then for me, any signature eye look is gonna be completed with some black liquid liner and mascara, of course. So typically my go-to is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liner. I've definitely tried a lot of other like drugstore ones that I like, but I feel like this one definitely has the best staying power. There was an Essence one that I really liked. It was like a waterproof liquid liner, and I feel like the liner, I mean, it looks good. I liked how it went on, the brush was good, but it did transfer, which depending on how long of a day you have, I guess maybe isn't a huge deal if you're just wearing it like for an evening out, but it's definitely my preference. That looks reasonably symmetrical. And then we'll just finish it off with some mascara. Woo! So right now the one that I'm using is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. I feel like this one is maybe starting to be on its last legs. I feel like it's starting to get just slightly flaky by the end of the day, which makes me sad because I love this mascara, and oh my gosh, I just stabbed myself in the eye. Don't talk while you're doing mascara, Olivia. Okay, so that does it for the eyes. I absolutely love this type of look. I mean, I do really love playing with color. It's something that I just have always enjoyed, and I actually started doing a series on my channel of like kind of monochrome color looks, playing with color, not necessarily one shadow looks, but just picking one color and then kind of exploring different tones and shades and finishes and that. But I have to say, for a signature look, something that I just feel really confident and good about, this type of kind of peachy gold with a little bit of copper, I love. I think it's so pretty and classic, and I think this is the kind of look that would look good on anyone. So if I'm being honest, for a signature look, honestly, a lot of times I kind of forget to do a lip. It's just something that I don't always think about. But when I do think about it and specifically, you know, choose to put a lip on with a makeup look, I definitely would go for something in the neutral family, definitely more cool tone. That's my preference, to do kind of a cool tone nude. One that I've really been enjoying is one of the Wet n Wild, what are these even called? Like Mega Lip or something? But they're the Wet n Wild lipsticks that are like under $2, I think. This one is in the shade C531. It's just a really pretty, like cool toned nude. It has a little bit of shimmer to it, but I don't feel like it's too much. It's just really pretty. Okay, so that's everything. This would be my signature makeup look. This is the kind of look that is just my go-to. It's something that I always feel good about. I feel like it can go with any kind of outfit. It really works for any kind of occasion. So this is just something that I absolutely love. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. And I'm really curious what your go-to look is. What's your signature look? Whether it's for you know, kind of a fancy special event, or maybe your signature look is your everyday look, something that you do every day because it just makes you feel like your very best self. So definitely leave a comment down below. Let me know what some of your go-to products are. If you've tried any of the ones that I used today, what do you think about them? Again, cannot emphasize much how much I love these pris-metal chrome eye mousses. These are just like, I love them so much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye!